If you listened to this argument and thought to yourself, yeah, that makes sense, you're falling into a trap. So let's take everything we've covered so far and put it into action. Here is a real LSAT style argument. Installing solar panels will lower our electricity bill. Therefore, installing the panels will reduce our overall expenses. Simple enough, right? But something feels off. Step 1, let's find the conclusion. Installing solar panels will reduce our overall expenses. That is what the author wants us to believe. It is their final claim. Step 2, find the premise. Installing solar panels will lower our electricity bill. That's the reason they give. So far, it sounds logical. But move on to step 3, spot the gap. And this is where we slow down. Yes, electricity costs might go down, but does that automatically mean your total expenses will go down? Not necessarily. Maybe electricity is a tiny part of your budget. Maybe the panels are super expensive to install. Or maybe you'll need maintenance that costs more than the savings. In short, there is a gap here between saving on your bill and actually saving money overall. That is the assumption. Something must be true for the argument to work. What is it? So let's move on to step 4, predict the assumption. Let's try both types. First, the connector. Electricity costs make up a significant portion of overall expenses. If electricity is only 2% of your spending, saving there isn't really that impactful. So the author has to assume it's big enough to move the needle. Let's look at a blocker as well. No other costs, like installation, maintenance, or other bills, will rise enough to cancel out the electricity savings. If the solar panels cost more to install than they'll ever save, you're not actually saving money. Either of these would be a valid, necessary assumption depending on how the answer choices were worded. Now, the LSAT isn't about being clever, it's about being consistent. If you listened to this argument and thought to yourself, yeah, that makes sense, you're falling into a trap. But if you slow down and you ask, well, wait, what is this argument assuming? You're thinking like the test makers. And when you apply the 5 steps we covered earlier, necessary assumption questions stop being frustrating and start feeling formulaic, and that's exactly what you want. A clear, simple framework that works even when the argument gets weird, technical, or abstract. Because at their core, they all follow the same pattern.